somebody amongst us this morning. They may be sick in body, but I pray, Father God, you will heal them. Let your healing balm touch them from the crown of their head to the soles of their feet. Lord God, let this month, oh God, be so joyful and so enthusiastic and so productive. Lord God, continue, God, to keep us safe. Bless us one more time. Just one blessing from heaven can change the whole direction of this country. Continue, God, to bless us as a family. Bless us as a ministry. Continue, God, to keep us safe. We give you an honor and praise of God because you are God and beside you there's no other. This I ask in your precious name in the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And all the God people say, shake somebody's hand and tell them God bless them. Bless somebody this morning, man. Bless them, man. Bless somebody.
The power of prayer. The power of prayer. And that that was very touching. And we, when I woke up this morning, I had to touch myself. You know, another day on this earth. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you was asked to stand, but we want to stand for the singing of the national anthem. And since all of us been representing our country, everyone should know how to sing our national anthem. So everyone, on the count of three. Uno, dos, tres. Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland. March on to glory, your bright banners waving high. See how the world must the manner of your bearing, pledged to excel through love and unity, pressing onward, march together to a common loftier goal. Steady sunward, though the weather hides the wide and treasure show. Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland. Till the road you trod leads unto your God. March on, the pledge. I pledge my allegiance to the flag and to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas for which it stands, one people united in love and service. Couldn't let you all get away with that. One people united in love and service. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have the welcome by our Deputy Director of Sports, Mr. Norris Bean. Please pay attention to the screen, please.
Today, it is my privilege, on behalf of the Honorable Mario K. Boland, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, our Permanent Secretary, Ms. Roslyn Norton, our Undersecretary, Dr. Reggie Rowe, and our Acting Director of Sports, Kelsey Johnson Sills, to welcome you to the launch of Sports Month under the theme, ringing in a new era of sporting excellence. And the Bahamas certainly know this this to be the truth, as we have just recently witnessed the first Bahamian woman ever to win a WNBA championship in the person of Jonquel Jones. And now, for the next few weeks, we get to continue that excellence as we sit, eat our popcorn, drink our water, drink our sodas, as we pull hard for Jazz Chisholm to be the first Bahamian to win a Major League Baseball World Series championship. And so, we are certainly excited about what Sports Month will bring. God bless you, and have an awesome day.
As we move on, we'll have some remarks. We have some very special remarks. First, we'll have President Kathy Pierce, Mrs. Kathy Pierce from the Equestrian Bahamas, and Moses Johnson from the Bahamas Basketball Federation.
Minister, the Honorable Mario K. Bolag, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Madam Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Horton, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Dr. Bridget Roll, the Acting Director of Sports, Kelsey Johnson-Sills, Mr. Deputy Director, Mr. Norris Bain, dignitaries, friends in sport, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, I would like to thank Mrs. Kelsey Johnson-Sills, Acting Director of Sports, for the invitation to give a few brief remarks this morning. My name is Catherine Ramsing-Pierre. I am the President of Equestrian Bahamas, the small but active national federation for equestrian sport. We ride horses. We are proud to be a part of the thriving sporting community of the Bahamas. The benefits of sport on an individual and collective level are unquestionable and limitless. Sport can strengthen social inclusion, bind individuals and communities together, and promote health, education, climate action, sustainability, and development. Through a commitment to promoting sport, we create experiences and develop competencies that build strong people and a stronger nation. This commitment begins at the top, and so the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture are to be commended for creating and celebrating National Sports Month, reserving each November for the celebration, promotion, and awareness of activities designed to showcase the contribution of sports and sportsmen to national development of the Bahamas. Bahamians are an athletic, sporting people. We are proud of our athletes and avidly watch their achievements at the highest levels abroad. However, for every Bahamian excelling at the elite level, the roots of their success can be traced to the fundamental skills taught and nurtured in the developmental programs here at home. Sport in our country rests on the foundation of the work of hundreds of passionate, committed individuals, not just in government, not just in the larger umbrella bodies, but also in the smaller federations and the clubs, coaches, officials, volunteers, and of course the athletes, who are the lifeblood and the purpose of these organizations. We all want the same things: development, inclusion, excellence, and we all face the same challenges, although I think perhaps smaller federations feel them more deeply. Supporting development at the grassroots level, while also doing our best to support athletes who are striving to attain elite levels of competition. Prioritizing the needs of our membership, and aiming to meet each individual where they are at, helping them to achieve their goals, while ensuring an incredible, enriching sport experience. This is a challenging balance to strike in the nonprofit sector, with constraints of time and manpower and limited resources to achieve our goals. Yet we soldier on. Sport as a community builder is all-encompassing. Every person in the pipeline of participants has value, from athletes and coaches to fans and sponsors, and it is incredibly important to recognize and celebrate them. which brings us back to the importance of National Sports Month and the many initiatives planned throughout the coming weeks. One of those festivities is the annual Sports Award. So I would like to close by congratulating and wishing best of luck to all the athletes, school and national teams, coaches and federations who have been nominated, including, I am proud to say, several equestrian athletes. Congratulations to all our sport organizations for their contributions to the continued growth of sport. And God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Thank you.
He wants special intro. Mr. Moses Johnson.
Morning, everybody. Standing on the established protocol, thank you, Director, for the invitation to provide brief commentary today, and we congratulate you on the launch of Sports Month, and Basketball Federation will be enshrined in ensuring that we are active and involved in all the events. But we've just been asked to give a brief overview of the past 2 years, which have been quite historic for the Bahamas Basketball Federation, having reached out of the first round of the World Cup qualifiers for the first time in the history of Bahamas basketball, which is excellent. Also, for the first time ever, the senior men's team would have played in the World Cup second round of qualifiers, which promoted the team to play in the Olympic qualifiers, which the team traveled to Argentina and had to beat Argentina in Argentina 2 times. And we were successful in doing that. Moving ahead to the actual Olympic qualifiers, where we would have gone up against top 20 teams in the world, having played the likes of Lebanon and Finland, who were ranked in the top 20, and then going to the championship game where we would have played Spain, falling short by just some 9 points of actually moving on to go to the Olympic Games in Paris. So I would say it was a landmark year. We continue to try to foster partnerships and build our grassroots programs. And we also want to thank the ministry for their continued support. But we will continue as a federation to not just build our grassroots program, but to ensure that our youth programs have the ability to go and show themselves too, but we want to strengthen them. And we also want to create atmospheres that we can select the best athletes to represent our country. So I want to say again, thank you to you for this brief commentary, and wish you all the best in this Sports Month.
That's Mr. Moses Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to let you know that the director told me to let you all know that this is not a funeral, this is a celebration. When I coach track and field, there's 4 Ds that I tell my student athletes: discipline, determination, dedication, and desire. You have to instill desire for them to want to move forward. Now, I can tell you all something. Back in the days, we didn't have all of these technology. You can imagine. There's something I was trying to bring to the Ministry of Education where we track athletes. We track them from small straight to when they get into the college ranking. Can you imagine if we had videos and things with Linda Ford pitching and Ernestine, big horse, big horse, big horse. You understand? And Jenny Dotson Isaac, them playing volleyball, but she could play anything. This is amazing. But ladies and gentlemen, today, we have these videos and templates that we could see. We could get to see the Jonquel Jones. You know, we could get to see the baseball, the Yankees. We could get to see all of these guys. So ladies and gentlemen, let's fasten your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelt while we take you down the road of what's been taking place this year. And it's all because of you. It's all because of you. Pauline Davis-Thompson, Golden Girl, 200-meter gold medalist. You touched the whole Bahamas. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelt. Let's go. The video presentation. Let's go. I know the PS ain't used to this, but PS, fasten your seatbelt. Let's go. Yes. And why is the video playing? If you want to scream, you can scream. You can scream. Jonquil Jones, Jazz Chisholm, Devin Charlton. I wish I was inside that gym in New York. Hint is correct. You know this to win the champion, the WA champion, and the MVP? The minister was there, he couldn't even carry me in the suitcase. I would have been screaming. Ladies, whilst we get our technology together, I could tell you all, I could assure you all, in the Bahamas, we in it to win it. In it to win it. You understand? That's right. Movie.
High fly ball, deep right center. Tavares back, looking up. See ya into the Yankee bullpen. Jazz Chisholm.
Gordon drives. Oh, he throws it down. Buddy Hill, but here we go. DeAndre Ayton, look out below. Throws it down. Arguably the greatest moment in the history. Bahamas basketball. They have won the FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament.
And here's Rima Otabor, the senior from Nebraska, the defending champion in the 5th round. She would go huge. New personal best, new meet record, new collegiate record.
Home of the rematch. Ball over the top to Adderley. Could it be 2? It is.
Dumps it down. Jones the catch and the finish. 28 years in the making. The New York Liberty are WNBA champions. Heat number 5 of the men's 100-meter freestyle. Great start, by the way, in lane number 5. Speed from Taylor. He'll finish this off in style. He's got it in a big way.
Fast start. Kieran Nugent of Jamaica. Devin Charlton of the Bahamas racing away from lane 4. Excited. 7:67. If that time stands, that is a new world record.
Now, see, I can tell you something, you know, this, I'll tell Miss Chelsea, like, this ain't my type of crowd. You see? See, no noise. You understand? Look here, I can tell you all, as a 14-year-old, I used to go the shortcut after going to in the back of St. John's, I'd go to watch Linda Ford pitch and play. But I could have swear I'd married to her. Man, I tell you, that cost me start training. Come on, man. The best coach, one of the best softball coaches, Mr. Culmer. But come on, man, y'all can't be, y'all gotta be crazy. Come on, man. Phil Smith said, ladies and gentlemen, it's sports time. Come on, man, this ain't no graveyard. Huh? We in it to win it. Ladies and gentlemen, the next remarks is coming from our own director of sports, Mrs. Kelsey Johnson Sills. Put your hands together for the director of sports.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to add to the protocol that was already established and recognize persons like Director of Youth, Sandy Anili, the Assistant Director of Youth, Mr. Rashad Ritchie, as well as my members of staff, my hard-working members of the Department of Sports. Welcome to the official launch of Sports Month. Today marks the start of a remarkable journey, one that brings us together in the spirit of competition, camaraderie, and well-being. Sports Month is more than a showcase of athletic talent. It's a celebration of teamwork, character building, and resilience. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or a newcomer, know that each game, every practice, and each moment on or off the field offers an opportunity to grow, learn, and push your boundaries. We all recognize the powerful impact sports can have on our lives. They foster confidence, instill discipline, and forge lasting friendships. Every athlete here knows the excitement of achieving a personal best, the thrill of a game-winning moment, and the pride of hard-earned victory. But beyond the skills and scores, sports teach us enduring values like respect, perseverance, and the strength to rise again after a setback. These values are essential not only in sports, but in all aspects of our lives. I'm thrilled to announce that this month will be filled with activities that will challenge our fitness, test our endurance, and honor those who have selflessly contributed to the sports community. We recognize the dedication of those who remain active in the field, along with the federations and stakeholders who provide the vital support system behind the scenes. Let us also take a moment to give thanks and praise to the one who made our lives. So on November 3rd at 10 a.m., we'll join Ms. Barbara Knowles at St. Barnabas Church. You're all invited. Here's a glimpse of what's in store for this month. On November 9th, the Sports Awards ceremony will be held at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium at 6:30 p.m. I'll now read all of the categories in which athletes and nominees are awarded for. We have the Junior High School Student Athlete of the Year, that's male and female. Senior High School Athlete of the Year, male and female. Family Island School Student Athlete of the Year, male and female. Collegiate Athlete of the Year, male and female. The National Secondary Athletic School of the Year, that's junior and senior. The Community Sports Awards. Family Island Sports Council of the Year. Youth National Team of the Year. National Team of the Year. National Coach of the Year. Federation of the Year. The League of the Year. The Tourism Impact Award. The Olympic Committee Award. The Levan Sands Courage Award, Athletes of the Year with Disability, male and female, National Sportsmanship Award, the Minister of Sports Award for Excellence, and the Prime Minister Award for National Pride. On November 20th, we'll invite all of our inductees this year to the House of Assembly for a visit at 10 a.m. On November 22nd, we'll have the Hall of Fame induction ceremony at Bahar Mar, beginning at 6:30 p.m. Those persons being inducted into this year's Hall of Fame includes the Honorable A.F. Adley, posthumously, Gary Bain, Oswald Brown, Nelson Chipman, Linda Ford, Sekendall Isaacs, posthumously, Barbara Knowles, Randy Roll, Rudolph Swaby, posthumously, Stephen Hanna, Nico Grant, Don Knowles, Douglas Dougie Collins, Arthur Reggie Knowles, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis. And for the first time, we'll be honoring a team. They'll be receiving the Golden Glove Award, and that team includes the Women's National Softball team who made history. Those members include who are here today. Ms. Ernestine Stubbs, please stand. Naomi Ellis. Miss Daisy Walker. Hanson is the one. Mr. Ali Culmer is the coach. Turn around for Miss Aurea Wood-Knowles. Miss Karen Moxie. Florence Florol. Linda Ford. and Miss Alex Wells. We also have Miss Dawn Knowles, who will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. She's here as well. Thank you so much, everyone. On November 23rd will be the Fun Run Walk at Goodman's Bay, starting at 6 a.m. November 26th will be the World of Adaptive Sports, and November 27th, the Sports Trade Show. The 26th and the 27th, both activities will be held right here in the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Culture's foyer. You're all invited. Once again, a special thank you goes out to everyone involved, especially my hardworking team in the Department of Sports. Your hard work and commitment made this Sports Month launch possible. As we kick off this month, let's commit to upholding the true spirit of sportsmanship and creating memories that will last a lifetime. Here's to an inspiring and unforgettable Sports Month.
Now that we get that out of the way, I see some people that really didn't want really show their true colors. You know, I tell you, by me, they didn't want to award me something. I screaming, I jumping up and down. Hey, and this ain't easy. This some hard stuff. When you know that Naomi Ellis them was some of the best third basemen ever played the game. Center fielder. See that? And that's what I was here. Center fielder. Get it right. That's right. You understand? And Daisy Walker. Look at she. First baseman. I mean, they say no ball could get past her. But she looked like an angel. Heaven must be missing an angel. Look like she can't catch a fly, but you're out. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to get back to the video. We have another video, yes. Devin Charlton on Sports Month. Devin Charlton. You don't have that? In this kind of time, I mean, world record. Y'all can find the Golden Girls. I mean, yeah. You know, see, I'm the MC. I have to make y'all smile. Yeah, you gotta make it smile. You know, yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna move on to is we're gonna move on to the introduction of our minister. But see, only special people get the opportunity to introduce the minister. So, ladies and gentlemen, only special people have the opportunity of introducing the minister. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for P.S. Miss Horton. Hey, look. Yeah. And you know, she said, I like her. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrister. Standing on established protocol, I just wanted to recognize our consultant, Mr. Harrison Thompson, who's a consultant in the Ministry of Youth and a former permanent secretary, and himself an athlete. And to our special inductees, congratulations and thank you for being here. Members of the press and our staff, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's an absolute honor to stand before you today as we launch Sports Month in the Bahamas this year under the theme, Ringing in a New Era of Sporting Excellence. This marks a very special occasion for me, as it is my first time celebrating Sports Month in my capacity as Permanent Secretary. I'm truly delighted to be here with all of you, honoring and celebrating the remarkable sporting icons, those who've gone before us, and those who continue to make significant contributions to our nation's legacy. In the spirit of celebration, I would like to take a moment to recognize our Minister of Youth, Sports, and Culture, the Honorable Mario K. Bolag. He's no stranger to the sporting arena as he himself is regarded as a sporting icon. His experience and insights into the challenges and triumphs faced by our athletes make him a tremendous asset to our efforts in promoting sports in the Bahamas. I can assure you that he is tirelessly working to eliminate the challenges that our athletes face so that they can focus on what they do best, achieving greatness. Minister Boleg firmly believes that when our athletes win, we all win as a nation. His commitment to fostering an environment where every athlete can thrive is commendable, and it is this vision that will help propel us into a new era of sporting excellence. And with that, it's my pleasure to invite to the podium our Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario K. Boleg. Please stand.
Thank you. You may be seated. Standing on the established protocol, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and our future inductees before me, good morning. I'm trying to have less movement as possible because I'm fighting with some back spasms right now. It is both a privilege and a pleasure to officially launch Sports Month under this year's inspiring theme, Reigning in a New Era of Sporting Excellence. This theme so perfectly encapsulates not only our commitment to progress, but also our deep pride and remarkable achievements that have come to define Bahamian sports on the world stage. Today, we reflect on the extraordinary accomplishments of our athletes. Individuals who have risen to prominence through a hard work, dedication, and relentless pursuit of excellence. I take this time to acknowledge figures such as Jonquel Jones, who was the first Bahamian to win the WNBA Finals and be named Finals MVP. This is reigning in a new era. I think about Jazz Chisholm, whose dynamic presence in Major League Baseball has captured the attention and the hearts of the world. This is reigning in a new era. These individuals and many more serve as brilliant examples of Bahamian talent shining brightly around the world. Their success and a source of pride for our entire nation, reigning an example of possibilities for our youth. But as we embrace this new era, it is important to remember the fundamental work of those who have come before them, the dedication of such pioneers who have built the foundation upon which today's athletes now stand. Their groundbreaking contributions remind us that every achievement rests upon the legacy of those who have paved the way, fostering spirit of resilience and community that propels us forward. So throughout Sports Month, we will honor our legacy, celebrate our present success, and inspire future generations. Together, we are committed to showcasing the sports are more than just a pursuit. They are a powerful means of sharpening and strengthening our nation. Thank you, and let us come together to make this Sports Month a meaningful and memorable celebration for all Bahamians. Thank you.
See, that's what I want. I want y'all to get live. The minister came up there and he said some good stuff. But I could tell you, I's a social media freak. I see everything. You understand? I's a sports fanatic. You understand? I telling you all, I see everything. And when, like the minister say, when you see Jonquel Jones, me and my wife, we fly New York. That's where our vacation, we went there. And I told them if it was me celebrating with New York, and John Quell Jones them, I would have put on a show. I'd had Jay-Z and Alicia Keys there. New York! Yes, they don't know how to party. Yeah, man, you got to celebrate and you have to bring it on. You understand? This is their first time. You understand? Devin Charlton been by the track putting on all kind of clinics, all about in Freeport and stuff like that. And I tell people, you need to scream. You need to scream because yes, 242. And guess what? See, I have the mic and I only can say this and I tell you all, I beg all of you all, you're legend. Please pass the template on. Leave it, man, leave it. Don knows how to pass it, the template, please. Because these children, them need us. They need us. And get what, that template, don't tell them, but ain't nothing like fundamentals. Ain't nothing like fundamentals. Fundamentals don't change. So you grab the fundamentals and the template and you pass it on. And I can leave you all with this. It only takes a spark to get the fire glowing. And as soon as it glows around, it warms up in its glowing. But that's how it is with God's love. Once you experience it, you want to sing it fresh like spring. You want to pass it on. You understand? Now, I know some of you all done retire. But I wish for you, my friends, this happiness that I have found. You can't depend on him. It matters not where you are bound. I'll shout it from the mountaintop. Praise God. I want my world to know the Lord above has come to me. I want to pass it on. Now, the director and our panel will be looking for you all for any questions. And I know some of you all have questions, and I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but I always do that. You know, some of you all will, you all would like to know, where will the banquet be? Where, how much l'argent will we be getting? See, I know some of you are packing l'argent. See, I see that's my foot right there. So questions, please.
We open now for any questions.
Going to Honorable Minister Boleg. Minister Boleg, when are we going to have a national sports lottery? A lottery for sports. To deal with all things sports. That's my question to you, sir, and to you and your colleagues. When are we going to make that happen for our beautiful country we call the Bahamas? So that our colors and who we are as a people continue to shine when we go to the world. Think about what persons like who's sitting here, what the things that they have done, sir. And think about if we get a national lottery for sports. You think about all them little children up and down in the ghetto, running up and down the ghetto like Flemish where I came from, and Baintown and Grandson, those places. Think about how many little athletes we have in these communities that we need to reach out and touch. Because I don't know that you know, Minister, that in particular with my sport, the track and field, a lot of our gifted, talented athletes are being left behind because their parents cannot afford to pay for coaching. They could barely afford to put food on the table. We need a national lottery to make sure that we continue to shine bright for the world to see, because this is the place where God is.
Well, you don't have to say that. You know how that goes. We'll have one as soon as we have the proper consultation and get the proper approval from the Bahamian people.
Any other questions? Go ahead. Okay. So the world of adaptive sports this is our second time that we'll be putting it on. we'll be featuring some of our disabled, those persons who are with challenge. We like to highlight the fact that there is Paralympics, but we don't have any Bahamians who are at Paralympics, but we do have Bahamians who are challenged, but they're athletes. So we highlight them. We show that beyond Special Olympics, there are other persons who can actually go out there and compete. And the fact that they're competing at a very high level as well. So on that day, we'll have persons from social services who will be down, as well as the Beat Baseball. Beat Baseball is a new activity that was launched by Mr. Kendrick. I can't remember, Kendrick Roll. And it showcases that you don't have to need somebody to actually run with you or to play the sport. You can still play the sport despite your challenges, whether it's physical or mental. So that's what the world of adaptive sports is about. So we'll also showcase and highlight that how they live, meaning majority of them, they're still using phones, they're still using laptops, everything like that. So we're gonna do a day in their lives. So that's what we're gonna do, okay?
Just wanted to add, because just joining in the ministry, having worked with the National Commission for Disabilities, I wanted to make sure that this ministry was all inclusive. So for example, we just finished, we're still at the end of celebrating Youth Month. So we're ensuring that we have in our youth parliament, that we have representatives from the disabled community. Young people will be there to lend their voices to the issues. And the same thing with sports. And I wanted to ensure we have beat ball. I asked them if they could please set it up, because I want to see what it feels like to play beat ball. For me to appreciate the level of skills and training that the differently able have to go through in order for them to participate in ordinary sports that we take for granted. So I'm looking forward to be blindfolded, and hopefully I can hear and hit that bat. I'll try that. We also have archery. We are hoping to have archery, so I want to see what that feels like from the point of view of a differently abled person. And I just wanted for our young people and our children to appreciate that they're not limited. If they're not able-bodied, they can still participate in sports and do whatever. We're doing swimming, etc. for the disabled. And I'm not forgetting out our elders. We're also going to have programs for them as well. I love to see out on the Christie Park, where we have our elders doing movements and dance, just to get out into the community. Looking forward to that. We had, Culture had a International Day of older persons, and we had a concert with KB, the Ramming Brothers. They didn't want to leave. We had the community, the seniors come together, so it was persons of their own age listening to music that they enjoyed. We took about an hour to find one of the gentlemen, because he was hiding behind one of the vehicles. He didn't want to go back. He wanted to stay and enjoy. So that tells us that we had a very good. So that even motivated us to have more programs that includes everyone in our community. So I just wanted to share that. If you can come out and see the adaptive sports that we have here, it will be here in our foyer, and just to see the equipment that I have to enable differently abled persons to enjoy sports. Thank you.
November 27th, that. Go ahead.
I'm running to, anyway, let me thank you all for this morning.
You can use the mic if you want to, because we are streaming live.
This has been my concern for many years. When I retired from Scotiabank, I was one of those persons. Sorry. Okay. Let me start again. When I retired from Scotiabank, I was able to maintain my insurance. Thank God for that. So I pay like $35 per month. Now, when it came to sports, right now I suffer from a degeneration in my back, and it's due to sports. And it's very expensive. So I was always thinking about insurance. I think athletes should have insurances. I don't know why they overlooked that. I think during the time I was playing, some insurance had been mentioned, but somehow that has been swept under the carpet. But we are playing sports, we're playing hard, and especially softball is a hard sport. You're diving, you're running, you're falling down, you're doing everything wrong. And knees, and we have problems, but we have the insurances now so high, we can't afford the insurances, most of the ladies, I'm sure. And they're injured. My back is terrible. And like I said, it's very expensive. I have to be doing therapy every 3 months. I have to do the therapy. Thank God I go to Cuba and it's not as expensive. But I'm sure the other ladies who are suffering, as I am, from some sports injury, and there's no insurance. So can we be assured that the younger ones who are coming up would be able to have some type of insurance in the event that something happens? Because I'm looking at some now. I know Flo Roll and Linda Ford, they are suffering also, but they too have to pay, and if they don't have the monies, they just have to suffer after giving all our time to the country, softball. So this has always been my concern for years. As I go to Cuba every year and have to spend so much money for therapy, they can't do surgery. They says I'm just too old to do surgery, so I have to do extensive therapy. So please, could,
Okay.
Madam.
To answer your question, which is an excellent question. So this year, we would have, I want to say thank you to the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Mr. Mario Boleg, as well as the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, who has graciously increased the subvention for this year, because what we would have done, we're doing it in phases, where now we've increased the number of athletes who we would have placed on subvention and the number of disciplines, because we understand the same cry that medical, pension, NIB, they're very important to all of the athletes. So this year, we would have moved all of the subvention payments away from the federations, and now every athlete is getting it directly. We would have done that because that's the first phase in rolling out the other phases, which includes the medical, the pension, and the NIB. We're looking for an increase in terms of how much money they get per month, and that will allow us to now place them in a medical program, in an insurance program, as well as give them NIB, make their NIB contributions. Because unfortunately, we do have athletes who have never made an NIB contribution, and we're trying to change that. And this is the only way we're looking or see possible fit for it to be changed, all right? We have also introduced the Bahamas Athletic Loyalty Program, which we call BAP. We have a number of our entities, corporate partners, have come on board, which includes medical, which includes the physiotherapists, food places, places where you can go shopping, stuff like that. We're looking to launch that in January because we do have about 10 to 12 companies already, but we didn't want to cram our sports month, right? And those companies will be giving our subventive athletes. We're going to use the subventive athletes first because they're the ones who actually get the funding from us until we're able to, that will be the template, until we're able to make it all inclusive, okay? So we're asked some of the corporate entities to give our athletes anywhere between 5 to 25% off. I do have a meeting in the next hour with Bahamas Air, and I'm also looking at Western Air. So anytime they travel, they'll also get that discount. So we want to do, it was a mandate from the minister as well as the prime minister to do more, to get our athletes more involved. They are excelling. And we're not just looking at the athletes here or the future athletes. We need to have someplace, a program where we can also honor those persons who would have contributed the foundation. So we are looking and we're working feverishly to make sure that everybody is involved and we can honor everyone who has contributed to sports in the Bahamas. Go ahead, ma'am. 1 second for us, because we are streaming.
The ladies' national team from 1981, a couple of us are the men and ladies traveled for the first time ever. So I don't think we should be there and they're not there. We need a combined.
So we recognize that fact. No, we haven't honored the men's team as yet. Yes, we haven't honored the men's team as yet. But as you can see, in my announcement, I did name this as the Golden Glove Award. So we will be honoring the other teams that would have achieved the same feat as you have. So we're not overlooking anyone. As you can see from the list of persons we are inducting this year, we have Kendall Isaacs, who a whole facility is named after, and he's not inducted into the Hall of Fame. So we're going back in. We do have persons who... 1 second for me. We do have persons we need to go back into time and look at their achievements as well and place them in. The process in terms of being inducted, we do get recommendations from the federations. We recognize the fact that we did get some recommendations this year, but we have a long list of persons who have yet to be inducted, and we need to get them in as well. So we want to have a mix, not just those persons from the past, but we want to also have like persons from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. We're looking at all of those. And we're going to increase the numbers as time goes, but we have to do it in decency and order. So this year, the panel thought it fit to honor the women's team. I'm pretty sure next year they'll see it fit to honor the men's team or another team. We were even looking at the Beck Schoolgirls and the Kentucky Colonels, all of those persons, because as you see on this list, we do have a sponsor. That's the first time we've ever inducted anyone who has sponsored teams. So we're looking at the whole gamut in terms of the induction now. Any other questions? Go ahead. Mike?
Hello, everyone. In the past, when we played, we worked and we went to our practices and we did what we did for our country. Most of our athletes today, they go to college and they become professionals. They do not have jobs like we did, and we do. I'm wondering what is being done to help our present-day athletes come into retirement, to prepare them for retirement from their athletic life and move them into their professional life. That's my question, because I've noticed that there are a lot of athletes that are not sure what they want to do when they finish their sporting career, which ends in their early 30s, and they're still young people, and they need careers to make a living. So that is my question.
Minister, you want me to take it, or you want to take it? We acknowledge the fact that there are athletes who have contributed, even at a very young age, and went into retirement. If they were placed in retirement due to an injury, or they just decided that they wanted to retire and walk away from the sport. It's unfortunate that we don't have a program in place where we can automatically inject them into the system. Some of their degrees are different. Some of them don't want to return home. But for those who do return home, we try our best to place them as best as we possibly can. We recognize and we acknowledge their contribution to sports in the country. We don't want them to think that they are a thing of the past or what they have done was not like achievable, or it was not, what's the word I'm looking for? Appreciative. We appreciate every single thing from T-ball straight up to the majors. We understand the sacrifices that you've made. We are trying our best to implement programs that we can place persons in. What we are doing next year, because this year is basically gone, what we're doing next year is for banking. We have seminars with persons who would talk about, a lot of our athletes now are signing contracts, so we want lawyers, doctors. We have those seminars now to guide them. So at the trade show, we don't only have NIB, we have the Bahamas Bar Council, who has also agreed to be a part of the trade show. That's for all of our athletes who have signed contracts. So we have a whole gamut of entities that will be at our trade show who would give the education that all of the athletes, the parents, and those persons will need. Okay? Any other questions? Well, we want to thank you once again for coming out to our launch for Sports Month. We're still in Youth Month. There are a number of activities that will be taking place in our youth department, and we will ask you to also join us in celebrating our youths, and then we'll roll out into our Sports Month. Our Sports Month officially starts on Sunday with the church service at St. Barnabas Church at 10 a.m. Thank you once again. Oh, sorry, and the vote of thanks. Sorry. I totally forgot that part. Yes, your package will be, we do have a package for everybody, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good morning. It has been an honor and pleasure to be a part of the launching of Sports Month. In all that we do, we must put God first. So I would like to thank Mr. Clark in leading us in giving praise to the Almighty. I would also like to thank Mr. Bain for his warm welcome. I would like to express sincere appreciation to our distinguished guests, Mrs. Kathy Raman-Pierre and Mr. Eugene Horton, for their wonderful remarks. Director Johnson Sills, thank you for your contribution. Our guest speaker, the Honorable Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Mario Boleg, thank you for leading the charge in celebrating our nation's athletes as we usher in a new era of sporting excellence. We would like to thank all of the athletes who took the time to send encouraging words. Your success exemplifies true commitment, dedication, and hard work. Finally, a heartfelt thank you to everyone who worked tirelessly behind the scenes. We appreciate your efforts and look forward to a successful Sports Month.
Thank you once again.